Hello, I'm going to give you guys a little starter into using Adobe Illustrator if you haven't used it already. So I'm going to share screen and give you an intro into how to do your initial logo type. So I'm going to share screen, go here to Illustrator. Okay, this is just some puttering around I did before, but to create your homework, you're going to go to New, and you're going to select Print. 8.5 by 11, doesn't matter the orientation, whatever you're more comfortable with. I'm going to go with landscape here. I'm going to say Create. Okay, I have lots of windows open here. Okay, so you can change the layout of your windows fairly easily. There's also a window up here. You can arrange your workspace. I have painting selected, but whatever works for you. Okay, so over here on the left, you can select your type tool, and it just puts in some kind of placeholder text, which is Latin, called lorem ipsum. I'm going to put my initials in here. C, Christine, S, Socio, my middle name, and R for Romanelle. And it's kind of small, so you can probably barely see it. So I'm going to go up on top here and change this to 72 points to make it bigger. And Illustrator usually defaults to Myriad Pro, which I don't want to use today. You'll see in your homework that I posted some pencil sketches that I started to doodle for my my logo type, right? See, you'll see it on the picture I took of it in your on Moodle. So I'm going to select some different fonts here to see what inspires me. This one kind of looks a little bit like, this is Modak. I actually downloaded this from DaFont. So if you go to dafont.com, which we'll do in a minute, I'll show you how to download fonts. But okay, so this is the font that I want to use, or maybe I'll start using it, but all right, let's look at that one. I can copy and paste this, and I can choose a different font, monotone, which is kind of cool. I can copy and paste it again and choose a different font. Just kind of look through here and see what I like. You can download fonts from adobe.com, which is part of your Adobe package. Big Caslon, it's a classic font. Right. Okay, so I have a few different types of fonts here. Now I'm gonna stop sharing and go back to sharing again and show you DaFont. Okay, let's see here. Let's go to Chrome. Okay, all right, and we're gonna go to dafont.com. Okay, so DaFont is kind of fun. There's all these different types of fonts that you can look up. These are all free. Groovy, right? Different styles, Western, okay. Typewriter, all different kinds of fonts, modern, serif. We know serif has the little things on the end. Sans serif is like that. You can see it doesn't have little feet or finials at the end. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with Groovy. And what font do I like here? I like, let me pick one. Let's go with Abstract Groovy. Okay, now here's something fun to do. You can also put your letters in here in the custom preview, right? And then I can see what my letters are going to look like, right? You can also do it back over here when you have your list of fonts. You can put it here and just get a sense of what it'll look like. So I kind of like the Keep on Trucking or maybe dream to be rich, margin, a lot of different ones here. Ooh, gently. Let's go with this one. I kind of like that one. So over here on the right, there's a download button. It's going to download. Actually, let me do a full screen share instead of just the window so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, we're just going to share the desktop. Share. Okay, so you can see my whole desktop. You'll see down here that it opened up this gently, and it actually unzipped it as well. So OTF is open typeface. TTF is forget what that's called. True type. I would open up the OTF if you're on a Mac. If you're on a PC, you're going to have to figure out how to load the font yourself. But okay, so I'm going to click on this, and Font Book will open on a Mac, and it's showing the font that I just downloaded. And I'm going to click Install Font. It's going to validate it, make sure it's okay. So Gently Demo is here. So now if I go back to Illustrator in theory, and I select this type, and I'm going to move this down a little bit so I can see it. And I'm going to go, what was it called again? Gently, right? I can Gently Demo. There it is. Okay. So now I have that font that I downloaded, which is kind of fun. Now, this is in font form, so to speak. If I want this to become a shape, right, that I can manipulate, sort of thing, I can select my font. I can go over to Object and actually go to Type and go Create Outlines. All right. So now you'll see that these are forms. These are shapes instead of a font. So you can't change it once you change it to can't change the letters, so to speak, once you convert to outlines. But now that I have converted it to outlines, I can say Object, Ungroup, and then each individual letter is on its own. Okay. And so now I can play with it more and create something unique, right? So that's kind of cool. I like these three things, kind of like those. And now they're, whoops, to make sure you're on the right arrow so you grab everything. Okay, I can make it bigger a little bit. Now you see how they're overlapping and there's still three individual items. If I want this to be one single mark, I'm going to go to, I think it's Object. Where's Pathfinder? I think Window. And you're going to show Pathfinder, and you'll see all these different shape models. And if you just hover over it, it'll tell you what it's going to do, right? So if I do that, it becomes one shape. I'm going to undo. If I do that, it eliminates some things. If I do that, nothing happens. If I do that, that's kind of cool, right? This creates individual, kind of like, if I hover over it, what are they called? Divide, I think. Yeah, divide. So then each individual thing becomes its own shape, right? So we can just decide which ones we want to overlap or not, right? So that's kind of cool. So this could be my logo. Keep your logos black and white. Do a bunch. They're lots of fun. I'm asking for 3, but feel free to go over if you want to. Anyway, enjoy, have fun. Email me with questions. And if you want to set up, you know, a Zoom together during office hours, just shoot me an email and let me know. All right. So have a great one. Enjoy. And I look forward to seeing all your designs.